guys, it's Toya and thank you for watching Toya JTV. And today I wanted to, first of all, it's week 12, which marks my halfway point for the Relaxer Stretching Series. I am so excited that this is the halfway point because basically it's just downhill from here. One thing that I wanted to share with you and why my hair is looking just totally crazy right now, I have not shampooed it at all. I had a bun this morning because I knew that today was shampoo day, but I did not want to drop my babies off and be looking just crazy by the head. So I did a bun really quick and I just took that bun down. But I wanted to share something with you after I had this last baby, who is right now about a year old. He's a little bit over a year, like a year and some change. But anyway, after I had him, I did have some postpartum alopecia. And alopecia is just another term for shedding of the hair due to, and postpartum is due to after having a baby. It is very common. If you've ever had a baby and you notice that your edges just completely either went away or started thinning or started breaking, that is a very common thing that a lot of women have several months even after having a baby. And that's just because for basically a year, because you know we're pregnant for really 10 months, not 9, but so that's almost a year. So for basically almost a year, we have our hormone levels are increased because we are developing another life inside of us, and that requires a lot of work. Okay, so our bodies and our hormone levels are drastically increased. As a result of that, some of us may see like a whole other texture in our hair while we're pregnant. It's, you know, some people refer to it as like pregnancy hair, and they're just like, oh, my hair was so gorgeous when I was pregnant, and then after I had the baby, it all fell out. Okay, well, that's just because that's where postpartum alopecia comes in. Postpartum is because it's after you've had the baby, and then it's because your hormone levels are trying to get back to their normal levels, and as a result, some things can be affected negatively, including our hair. So I did experience postpartum alopecia. My edges didn't completely like fall out. I mean, I've seen some women that are just like edges are just bald, but mine did thin and they did start to break in certain places. And I'm going to show you that now, just because at this point they're starting to grow back to where you can noticeably see a difference between that hair and the rest of my hair. So I'm going to show you exactly what's going on. And the reason how I know it is the postpartum alopecia is because it's nowhere, this has happened nowhere but right around the edges. Okay, it's not like all over the head. But let's see, right here for instance, if I comb if I comb this section of hair straight up, you can see the little pieces right here and like right in here, okay, that are shorter. They're much shorter than the rest of the hair. But you know, when you comb the hair straight up, it kind of tries to blend in, but you can see once you get about right here how it starts really thinning, and then if you kind of go deeper into it and pull that hair apart, and then you can see all these little short pieces. Like there's a short piece right here, and it does that all across my edge. Okay. And I just wanted to show you all this because they're trying to, they're starting to grow back, but they're at that point now to where they're noticeable. When it was first growing back, it kind of just looked like my hair was really thick at the root. So you couldn't really see. I mean, I could tell what was going on, but to actually point it out to somebody, you probably would not be able to tell. But I know because I know my hair. But like, there's some short pieces right here. And then you come on this side. And it's basically the same thing. Like, see, right there. Those little short pieces right there. But I wanted to let you all know that this is something that is common and it happens. I mean, we're women and that's what happens to our body sometimes when we give birth. See, right here, this and it's all around the edges, like I said. Okay. What I've been doing, I made a growth oil, and I have been using it. I have not been using it as much as I want to, and that's just because I don't want my hair weighed down by using it. So what I've been trying to do is like when I know I'm about to shampoo my hair, then go ahead and I put some right along these places. I really do it all over, but especially around the areas where the postpartum alopecia occur, and that's just to help stimulate those hair follicles even more and to facilitate the growth process even faster. So anyway, that has nothing to do with me stretching my relaxer. I just, at this point in the growth stage of that hair, I just wanted to show you all that this can happen. Also, after I had the baby, I did get back on birth control, and sometimes birth control can cause your hair to fall out. Now, luckily, that has not been the case for me, but birth control and high blood pressure medications and like thyroid medications are like the 3 top medications that can cause your hair to start like coming out. So sometimes you may think that you're doing something to your hair in particular that's making it come out, but if like you notice it right after something has happened, like say you start taking this medication and then you notice your hair, a change in your hair, you may not right then put 2 and 2 together. You may think, oh, am I using too much heat, or am I doing this, or am I doing that? But you have to think about, did I start doing something because my hair was normal up until one point and then all of a sudden it changed. Not to say that, I mean, it may be something that you are doing to your hair, but if it's just a drastic change all of a sudden and your routine has not really changed up much, then you need to kind of try to look at other things that may be happening internally in your body. So, with that being said, I am going to go ahead and shampoo my hair. Last week I wore it straight, which is why it still kind of looks straight. It just doesn't look like it has any body in it. I'm probably gonna do it straight again. I may do just a little curl. Yeah, I think I probably do just a little curl, like mostly curled at the ends. I'm trying to see if you can see any new growth. I can definitely feel it. You cannot really see it because I had already had my hair flat iron from last week. But I can feel it. And again, I'm at 12 weeks. So this is my halfway point. But if you're just trying to stretch. This is what I said last week. If you're just trying to stretch just so you can, get your 2 inches and you don't want any overlapping, you have no interest in going 6 months with me, then I would encourage you to go about 4 more weeks, okay, without a touch up. And that way you'll be much closer to having 2 inches. If you already have 2 inches of new growth at this point, then you go right ahead and relax. But the average person does not have 2 inches just yet, but you're almost there. So, you're doing fantastic. Me, I can still manage my new growth pretty well at 16 weeks. So that's why I continue on to 24, which gives me about 6 months. So I'm going to shampoo my hair, and then I should be able to see the new growth better. But see, this is another place. You can see that little short piece really well. See how short this is? My edges. They're finally starting to thicken back up and grow on out, which is a good thing. Sometimes it can take years for our hormone levels after we've had a baby, for our bodies to get exactly the way they were before we even got pregnant. And also, if you, like for instance, if you had a C-section, if you had to go under any type of anesthesia, anesthesia is notorious for making women's hair come out, even like 6 months after. Sometimes it takes at least 6 months before you will see your hair to start growing back. But luckily, I just had a basic epidural, no emergency anything, so I didn't get the effects of anesthesia. Or like being put to sleep for any reason. And see those short pieces right there? And if this has happened to you, don't be alarmed. Just because if you stress about it, or you just always messing with it or picking at it, stress can cause it to be even worse. So don't worry about it. Your hair will grow back, okay? I just wanted you to be aware of some other reasons that your hair could change in a way that you don't want it to. Alright, so at this point, I'm going to go ahead and shampoo my hair, and then I will be back after I have blown it dry, and then I will show you how I'm going to curl it this week. So I will be right back. Okay, so I have shampooed, conditioned, and blow dried my hair. I shampooed with the Silk Hydration product line. I used the clarifying shampoo first, and that was because I wanted to get all the dirt, oil, and residue off of my hair. If you saw before, you saw how it was kind of like stuck to my head almost. That was just all of that oil from my own hair, my own hair making its own natural oils just over the course of a week, and it just gets so weighed down that my hair doesn't even move. But so a clarifying shampoo completely gets rid of that, and then I follow that up with the moisturizing shampoo, where I'm beginning to add in the good moisture. Then I did the replenishing conditioner, let that sit for a few minutes, rinse that out, and then I put in a generous amount of leave-in conditioner. And remember, I was telling you about my areas, my edges right here that were trying to grow back, but now you can see the longer pieces and the shorter pieces drastically. So I made sure to put extra leave-in conditioner on those. And then I let my hair air dry for a little while, and then I blow dried it. And so here we are. So right now I'm just going to go ahead and curl it. It's going to be pretty much straight, but just more of a curl on the ends. So it won't be completely straight, but you know, it's just not completely curly either. So this week, again, week 12, the halfway point of the Relaxer Stretch series. At this point, I can kind of start counting down the weeks, but I'll continue to go up. I will go up until 24, till I get to 24 weeks. And at that point, it will be time for my relaxer. I decided not to do the deep side part this time. I mean, I do like it and everything. I just chose not to go with it this week. But that could change very well by next week. I just decided to give it a little break. And if you are enjoying this series, you can also be sure to follow my blog. It is LatoyaJonesBlog.com. You can subscribe to that as well, and it will give you basically some more details and a breakdown of what I've been doing over the past 12 weeks. And it does also include the video. After the series is over, I will post all of the weeks from week 1 all the way up to week 24 all in one blog post. And that way you'll have the entire series in one post. But every week when I update you all, however, you very special YouTubers, especially my subscribers, you all do get the videos first. What I normally do is I'll normally will, after I edit the video and upload it, I will go ahead and publish it. And so by the time you all see the video, I haven't even written a blog post yet. But sometimes I do go into a little bit more detail on the blog. So if you're interested, head on over to LatoyaJonesBlog.com and you will see what I'm talking about. And my hair right now is so incredibly soft. I have been using the moisturizing shampoo. Along with the clarifying shampoo. And then I follow that up with the replenishing conditioner. And then I think that leave-in just sets it off. And then also with me curling it kind of tight on the ends, that will help me when I wrap. So that the hair won't just be falling down every time I try to wrap it. Also, when I was talking about my my edges, what I will do, instead of applying extra heat to them to make them straighten out, what I will do is just put just a tiny bit of edge control just right there so it doesn't just look just puffy. Because your edges are your most fragile part of the hair. So I don't want to put any extra stress on that when it's, you know, already trying to grow back. That is the weakest part of the hair. That's why a lot of times, especially on clients that have damaged hair that want like, they tell me they're going to get braids or something like that, I always tell them to leave your edges out. Because for some reason, especially when you let the Africans braid it, they kind of seem to braid really tight. And I have seen firsthand where one of my clients came and showed me her braid was so tight that it actually fell completely out. She, in her mind, you know, she's thinking, and I think the people that braid it are also thinking the same thing. Well, if I braid it tight, it'll make it last longer. You know, it'll start loosening up in a couple of days, but it'll make it last longer. Well, if your hair is already weak, especially if, you know, people are into the long braids right now. If you're doing those long, heavy box braids and your edges are already weak, that hair hanging down on there, that's just adding so much tension on it. So sometimes your hair cannot take all of that tension, and instead of it's gonna loosen up all right. It's gonna loosen right on out. I mean, my client had a complete bald spot where that braid was. It was like 3 of them that did that. And I don't even blame the Africans for braiding tight. I blame my clients for not saying anything. You know, if it's too tight, say that's too tight, you know. Because once that hair falls out, even Silk Hydration can't get it to grow back as fast as you want it to. So that's my tip for those edges. But if you've experienced this, like I said, don't be alarmed. It's completely normal. You're not the only one it's happened to. You're not the only one it's going to happen to. But just know you are not alone. Now, that didn't happen to me with my first son. But, you know, every pregnancy is different. And I can definitely attest for that, because everybody thought I was having a girl this time around simply because the symptoms were just so much different. They were both boys. One of them, I was sick as a dog for like 13 weeks straight. And the other one, no issues. One of them, I mean, not even just sick as in throwing up, but sick as in like catching the flu and all that kind of stuff. It just, that second pregnancy just was not fun for me. And then the hair issues, it's just, every pregnancy is different. So don't feel like, well, it didn't happen to me. You know, if you have more than one baby, well, it didn't happen the first time. It does not matter. And these products, since they have softened my hair up so much, as you can see how I'm just flying through with curling it. It's not taking me long at all to curl it. And I go in panels. I go in panels because that ensures me that that I don't miss any hair. Alright, so I am done, and remember I said I was going to put just a little bit of edge control. And I see one hair that didn't get curled. And I don't know how edge control works. I'm gonna put some on this side too. I don't know how edge control works for you ladies, but for me, I don't have to put any more on during the week. It's like when I wrap my hair, it's like the edge control makes it lay down. And so the next day and the days after, I don't have to do anything else to my edges. They just seem to just, I don't know. It's like the edge control just lasts for the whole week. Like it's not going to be slick like this, but it lays flat. Okay. And I'm not going to do anything special to this tonight. If you like to wear your hair like this, you could pin curl it, you know, just the ends. Pin curl it like I showed you on the other video. And, you know, then just tie it down. I'm not doing that. I'm just going to wrap it. Because I want this to fall even more. And just have, you know, basically a lot of body. And then I'm just going to spray, because I did not use any Silky Serum Oil this time. So I am just spraying just a little bit of the Miracle Potion number 9. That gives it some shine. And it's looking like it's going to rain today. So it looks a bit humid outside. So that Miracle Potion helps with frizz. So that's why I'm using that. And you see now the bounce is back in my hair. And this is a good compromise. It's not too curly, but it's not bone straight either. And it only took me just about, I don't know, maybe 15-20 minutes to curl my entire head. I honestly do not think, if I did not use my product line, I think I would be struggling with my new growth, because it would be so crunchy that I would have to keep going through it with that flat iron more than one time. But these products soften up the new growth to where you can manage it more. You can comb through it, you can flat iron it, and as you can see, it does not look like I've been 12 weeks without a relaxer. It does not look like it's been that long. And that's the point. Like, you don't want to be tortured when you are stretching your relaxer out. You still want to look good, but you just want your hair to be healthy. And that's my whole point of this series, is to help you all get healthier hair. So remember, I want you all to give me your updates. Since I'm at my halfway point, give me your updates. Let me know what you've been thinking about the series. Like, where are you in your stretch? Are you even stretching? Do you think stretching is for you? Why or why not? If you're stretching, what week are you on? How far do you plan to go? Are you noticing a difference in your hair? I want all these questions answered, okay? This is your homework. So I will see you all next week for week 13. The countdown will begin. I'll still be counting up, but in my mind, I will be counting down. So I will see you all next week for week 13 of the Relaxer Stretching series. Thank you for watching, and be sure to subscribe.